Crolister, the Master of Poundage. Hi guys, Crolister here with some more Mega Man action. Few videos in a row, I will be playing some challenges in Mega Man 11. Moving on from the general long play that I already did before. So we're gonna go to extra modes and then challenges. This game has a few different challenges that are a bit different from those of the Legacy collections, and are pretty tough. You have to really get familiar with the game's stages in order to really get gold records. So, a few months ago, I played these challenges a bunch, and with persistence, I was able to get a gold in, almost all of them. So, I'm gonna show you my replays for a video, starting with Blockman. We're just gonna make it to the exit, the boss room, as quickly as possible. And then you have to fight the boss at the end. Sliding where it's convenient to do so can obviously help you move faster. The speed gear does slightly slow you down while using it, so you gotta use it where you really need to do so. We're gonna use the power gear chain blast to take out the sub-boss quickly. Some of these replays are not physically my best performance also. And I did some of these challenges in this game mode before I decided to play with an auto-fire key instead of a key for Rush Jet. I also did this specific replay before I knew that you could destroy the maze block sections with the Power Gear Chain Blast. If I knew that I could do that before that point, I probably could have finished a little bit faster. Got another sub-boss, so we're gonna Power Gear Chain Blast. Here we go. Some pro players like to damage buffer through enemies to get through them a little bit faster, which you should do in some of the challenges if you want a gold record. And I did that in some of them as well. Like I said, you can destroy these with the Power Gear Chain Blast. I just didn't know that until after I submitted this replay. And this part right here is a pain in the bolts and nuts. This part of the stage. The combination of lyrics, conveyor belts, and dropping blocks can really screw you up there. So, yeah, gotta be careful. Still, this stage is nowhere near as infuriating to me as Bounce Man's stage. Like it matters, my health is full. Alright, let's go. Just use charge shots on the first floor. Then, Power Gear Chain Blast on the Golem form. The Golem form also doesn't have invincibility frames like other bosses do in between hits, so if you auto-fire into the vulnerable spot, you can damage him a little quicker that way. You kind of have to jump if you want to land the Power Gear Charge Blast on him very quickly. So, yeah. You only have to fight the bosses in this specific challenge. Of the 6 main ones. In the other 5 different kinds of challenges, there's no boss. That kind of caught me off guard in my first attempt of Score Attack. So now we're in Acid Man stage. A scary, though not that difficult stage. Mega Man 11 is really not that difficult of a game if you play it enough to get good at it like I did. Like all games, it just takes practice and memorization. I like to use the Blazing Torch on Sniper Joes. Remember, the spiders will drop little versions of themselves that scatter around and make an even bigger mess if you shoot them with an uncharged shot. Randomly place Spike Troll there. You gotta beat the stage as quickly as possible, so I kind of refuse that health capsule. We're gonna get some health capsules after the sub-boss anyway. Power Gear Block Dropper will do. I screwed it up a little bit, though. Gotta be careful of the scrap enemies that come through the current. They can make crossing these spike jumps a bit intimidating. It's especially a problem in Metal Collector. Of course, she can't make that jump because of that pipe in the ceiling. All of these challenges are played on the normal difficulty format, by the way. If you play the game on a different difficulty setting, the placements of items and enemies will differ. Like in casual, there are more pickups and less enemies. And in superhero, the enemies attack more aggressively, and there are no pickups at all other than bolts. So you have to buy energy and weapons tanks and rely on them if you need to recover. For Acid Man, we use the Block Dropper. This will not be sloppy like it was in my long play video, I promise. You jump after he reaches your point with the speed gear, use speed gear yourself, quickly turn, and block dropper him. That's how you beat him easily. Alright, next up is Blessed Man. Another unnerving stage for what it has to offer. Use the blazing torch instead of the detonator to get through that part quicker. Gonna go this way because it's faster and because there's a weapons tank. For this roller coaster sub boss, you want to use the Scramble Thunder. Up with the blazing torch. Get through that faster. That's how to avert those without taking a hit and to get through them quickly. You can use the blazing torch on the enemies with the flamethrowers to destroy them and their keg both at once. In later plays of this stage in challenge mode, I would just drop down that edge and go to the left immediately with the pile driver to get through it quickly. Gotta be careful here. And then Blast Man's weakness is, in fact, the blazing torch. Which is not good for me with that ammunition that I have left. You know what else is hard? Beating the crap out of you. See, I'm recklessly facing the wrong direction. Just missing. And it got to the point that I had to refill with the weapons tank. So... the blazing torch has a limited range. That's what the problem is. Otherwise, the boss isn't that tough, really. Alright, Fuse Man. You can actually go through the energy beams harmlessly if you use the pile driver through them. I accidentally found that out in one of my challenge attempts elsewhere. Wait, missed the wall blaster on my way down. That was not good advancing. I'm just gonna clear these out with the bounce ball. Remember that you can shoot the bounce ball upward or downward diagonally. Wow, I missed. Also, not my best performance against the sub-boss. Not my best performance against it at all. Kinda forgot there's no energy balancer in the challenge modes. Thank batons. Kinda got short on bounce ball ammunition before this boss as well. Alright, so here we go.
How can I refuse? Let's amp this up. Power up.
He's invincible at the start until he uses his first warp move, so...
High voltage.
Got me. It can be kind of difficult to dodge him while he's using his speed gear, unless you use the speed gear yourself, so... Alright, I just love this stage. That was obviously sarcasm. Bounce Man stage is awful. I talked about that in the Mega Man 11 long play video. Unnecessary extra life. That's a really bad place to, by default, spawn a button. stalled by the wall blaster. I figured out in other challenge modes that you can get through that part a little bit faster with one specific spot if you use Rush Coil. And then we got the frog balloon. I discovered that you can auto-fire on the robot that appears after you burst the balloon, and that can take it out a little quicker and help you to conserve pile driver ammo so you have enough for Bounce Man himself. So I think I'll do that in my next playthrough of the game and onward. It'd be kind of hard to do it, though, in the second one, where you're on a bouncy floor. So, at least the first one, I'll do it that way. That hand actually slaps you backward. So you gotta cross it quickly. Get the anti-eddy so I can refill Rush. Thank you, Nick. Wait a sec. So, I had a bit of an intrusion at that moment. Like, somebody came down to my workspace. I hate to be disturbed while I'm working, so... Like I said before, this is the worst part of the entire game. I absolutely hate this part. It messed me up in some of the challenges, like this one. So, get that frog balloon out of here. I always use Rush Coil on that slappy block to get through that part faster and safer. Remember, you have to jump on those at the correct height in order to reach the top. At least Bounce Man himself is easy. And I definitely think this should be a female robot master, because just listen to his voice. And the staff credits at the end of the game also show that his voice actor is a girl. And what's wrong with having another female robot master after Splash Woman anyway? Right, Torch Man. Another intimidating stage at first. Let's go. Gotta be careful how you shoot these lamp-like enemies. I'm gonna use the acid barrier on Sparky. You can actually one-shot those kettle enemies with the Tundra Storm. It's just I need to conserve the Tundra Storm for Torchman himself. You can also send them flying a great distance back by using the pile driver. Enough. Alright, that was horrendous. I should have just jumped over or took out that enemy quickly. In addition to taking longer than I needed, I also overheated the double meter. So. Alright, and the boss.
Let the combat commence! Fall to the fist of flame!
I accidentally hit speed gear instead of power gear. Are you kidding me? That was not my best performance, specifically on the boss. No, that wasn't my best performance as a whole. Whatever. Alright, here's Impact Man. This stage gave me some problems in my earliest playthroughs, and the boss as well. Now I can play them just fine. It was still demanding, though, in the challenges. If you're really good, you can drop through these lips and make it to the next section with a well-aimed pile driver. Just spam sliding here. That was awful. For the Pigman sub-boss, you definitely want to use the Block Dropper. Get as much of Rush refilled as possible. So I can do this. This part's always fun, huh? If only I remembered from the specific replay that you can deal with the missile cones at the top of this lift with the Scramble Thunder. I didn't do that in other challenges that I did more recently. Use the acid barrier on Impact Man.
Maximum impact.
He's not invincible while using this transformation attack. He's only invincible while using the power gear, like he is now. Remember that he shakes the ground as he lands, so try not to stay on the ground as he's about to land. His dashing attack is also kind of like that of Turbo Man from Mega Man 7. You have to jump at the moment that he jumps without the speed gear in order to dodge. Alright, so that leaves Tundra Man. Of the 8 Robot Master stages, I mean. I like to use Rush Coil here. You can destroy Gabules with the Pile Driver. You should use Rush here as well. For the sub-boss, you want to use the Scramble Thunder. Those ice swans can be a bit intimidating if you're trying to no damage. Those hammering skulls that you see in this stage and on Blockman's stage are one of the few cases where you cannot destroy an enemy with the Tundra Storm. Their weakness is supposed to be the pile driver, a problem which it doesn't always one-shot them. Get that Scrambled Thunder rebuild so I have enough juice in it for Tundra Man. And here we go, Wild Winds Ride. Taking it the safe way. Here we go.
Trying to take my spotlight? You want to dance? Feel freeze.
Feel freeze, huh?
Dodge if you can.
I just love how bosses have to make lame puns like those.
Speed here. Ice, over, under.
Usually I can dodge the speed gear attack with no problem. I just didn't in this recording. Alright, so now we do the Gear Fortress ones. These are easily the hardest stages in the game, even for challenges. Pardon the recording lag. I've been making sure that the little problem my computer has with stall-based lags wouldn't happen during the recording of these videos, and will cut scenes out in the series if they do happen, since I'm just watching replays. That didn't happen in this video. Power Gear block dropper to cut my way through. Wow, that's awful. That's abysmal. Come on, I gotta beat the stage quickly. I still have to fight the Yellow Devil. So, This run could be better as well. This stage is just a real pain to play through. It's Power Gear Chain Blast for the Yellow Devil. Yeah. In more recent plays, I memorized his movement pattern a lot better. One stage left to go for this video. I'm going to be doing each of the different challenge modes in separate videos. I'm just doing the most boring one first to get it out of the way early. The blazing torch is good to use in this stage. You want to use the Tundra Storm here. Massive shield attack or attack fail. You can probably deal with the Sniper Joes here a bit faster if you use the Power Gear Tundra Storm. I just didn't do this recording. I haven't really been bothered to upload on my channel a lot lately because people are keeping me busy at the fullest extent on DeviantArt. In fact, a lot of people are asking for comic requests, which I simply can't do, fast enough. So because DeviantArt's been getting me a lot more attention than YouTube, I've been focusing on that purely, which is why I haven't been uploading quite as often. A decent amount of people love my artwork in certain characters that I draw, so I thought about maybe sharing some of my art on YouTube a bit more often as well. And I'm still going to do some more Namco Arcade up ahead. Like I said, I did a recording at least for Bakutatsu Keijutei. I just didn't get around to finalizing it because without a video editor, having to rely on pausing during the recording with the screen recorder is going to make it a bit more sloppy, is all. And I said before, I can't really use video editors on my laptop anymore because of processing and storage limitations. A problem which video editors refuse to yield on cluttering up space. So that's why I'm using Screen Recorder instead. They put up Blast Off, which is a sequel to Bosconian, pretty recently. I'm getting that one for sure. So as soon as I'm able to really afford it while still renewing NSO for the year, I'll give that game a try. Alright, so for Mavern, this boss, she wanted to use the bounce ball. I got better at memorizing its movements as well in later playthroughs, compared to this one. That power gear attack can be a little scary. Good enough. Alright, so, that's one page challenges down. Stay tuned for videos with Jump Saver, Buster Breakdown, Score Attack, Balloon Rush, Metal Collector, and I'll likely do the Playground and Dr. Light's Trial in one video. So, until those, or until my next upload, I am Crowlister, thanks for watching, and I will see you.